There we go. We got it. We're on top of it. we're like we're definitely not technologically challenged here. We've got it for sure. But good morning, ladies. I'm so happy to see you all. Welcome to your 7 a.m. hypnotic yoga class. We've got hip hop beats today to start off our May and to start off our week, really. So what's really exciting about this class is it's going to be a Vinyasa yoga flow, but with all the things that we love about Live Fully, we have our own Live Fully spin on it. We'll give you all of the moves, break everything down the way that we always do. And it'll be a ton of fun. I'm really excited for this class. For those of you that don't know, I am 200-hour yoga certified. And it's one of those practices that for me, with or without a certification, with or without a regular practice, there's so much to do with yoga to help you through your day. And there's times that we're like doing yoga and we don't even realize it. It's really all about just being in the moment, being mindful with your movement, with your body, being aware. So this is a great practice today to wake us up, to get us connected, get our mind and body kind of becoming friends today so that we can take that into our week and all of that good stuff. So super exciting stuff. All we need is our mat today. So have that laid out and then we will get right into it. I'll go ahead and start these tunes. All right, let's do it, ladies. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna come to our mat here all the way at the back end, and we're gonna start by taking a seat down. So we're gonna lay our booties on top of our heels. If this becomes uncomfortable at any point, just go ahead and shift your booty off of your heels, or you can cross the legs all together. We will be here for a second though. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back. We're gonna take a couple reps here. And as we're opening the chest, start to deepen your breath. Big inhalation through the nose. Maybe slowly exhale through the mouth. And roll it forward. No counts or anything like that. Just kind of filling up the motion at your own pace. With that breath there. Beautiful work. Yeah. All right, shrug it back here. We're gonna take that chest around, hands in our lap, press in front of us and back. So first move of the day, right? We don't need to have that most full range of motion, just waking up our body, waking up our rib cage, getting things flowing, getting things moving. Let's reverse the circle there. Again, kind of working at our own pace here. You don't need to look like me. You don't need to look like anyone else for this class. Just working with it. Working with what you got. Beautiful. All right, amazing. Let's go ahead and shake out the hands here. We're gonna clasp them behind our back, interlace the fingertips, press them behind you to lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And because we're sitting on our heels, you can start to rock yourself back and maybe forward a little bit. You can start to lift and lower the hands behind you, just kind of warming up underneath the shoulder blades here. We'll take a moment. Maybe lifting the chest here. Yeah, feel free to rock back and forth. The beautiful thing about a lot of these moves is that we don't have to be static. We don't have to hold anything. We can kind of move naturally with it. All right, next position. We're going to take that clasped fist over to the side of our body, that right hip there. Take that right elbow, press it behind you, lift the chest, and from here, take that ear down to your shoulder. So that's a nice little stretch to the side there. And perhaps beginning to play, creating small little circles with the neck here. Not going anywhere fast. Pressing that elbow behind you. Keeping that chest upright. And continuing to breathe with it. Take about 2 more breaths here. And begin to shake out the hands. There might already be a numbness or a tingling there. That's good. We want to kind of wake that up. It's fine. That same clasp behind us. Start with that reach and walk the fist over to the other side. This time drawing that left elbow behind us. Puffing that chest, left ear down to the shoulder. Maybe holding the stretch, living in it, or taking some gentle head circles. Playing around with it here. Working with what you got. And continuing to breathe. Even in this position, you can allow the chest and belly to expand. You can allow your body to just kind of move around. Yes, beautiful stuff. Take about 3 more breaths here. And 1. We're staying in this position, but take that fist behind you. Find that little squeeze as much as you can, nothing forceful. We're gonna bow that chest down for our first child's pose of the day, relaxing that forehead down and lifting those clasped hands up overhead. Drop the belly down to the thighs and sit your hips down towards your heels. Again, it's okay to sway here. It's okay to move with it. But relax that forehead down and begin to deepen your breath. In through the nose, and as you exhale, maybe drawing that belly button off of the thighs and up and into your spine. Take about 4 more seconds. 3, 2, unclasp those hands, let them go, let them fall to the ground in front of you. Maybe dropping one shoulder down and then the other here, rocking that upper body side to side. Beautiful. We're about to get into some arm work here, so making sure that our shoulders are nice and open, nice and lubricated. Moving with it for 3, for 2, and 1. Walk your hands up towards your knees, chin to chest, roll it up. All right, ladies, time to come off of our heels. Reach those arms in front of you here. Roll those shoulders back and dial those fingertips slightly inward. So not straight out, slightly inward to make a little flexion up here. We're gonna sit right on top of that. Broaden the shoulders, pushing out of the ground. And your hips are right on top of your knees here. Being gentle, you've got that mat. If you need to hold it, you can. The feet can kind of hang out. They don't have to be fully pointed. They don't have to be fully tucked. Just let them hang here. We're going to start by drawing that belly button into the spine, tucking the hips under, and the chin will slightly tuck. Find this rounded position, push out of the ground. For your cat's position, hold this here as you push, expand those shoulder blades, find that stretch. And now opposite motion, drop the belly here, tip those hips back, lift the chest and the chin. Almost bringing your chest forward for this cow position. Hang out here. Again, still working with it, right? So nothing forceful, not trying to overarch the back, but just kind of enjoying this stretch. And now let's put it together. Push back into that cat position. Exhale with it. And drop the belly down for that cow. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, push out, away from the mat. Inhale, reach it forward. As we work with the flexion of the spine, I invite you to begin working at your own pace here. Connecting that breath to the movement. The spine is elongating in each position, just kind of in opposite ways here. Working with that forward and back. And the more you open up your fingertips, the more padding you'll be able to have, as to not dump all of our weight into the heel of our wrist there. That base of the hand. Take a couple more breaths. Yes, beautiful work. Low with it. And even the breath doesn't have to be forceful. As you find yourself naturally exhaling, push out into that cat. As you naturally want to inhale, lift with it too. It doesn't have to be even on both sides. Let's take about 2 more. And lift about 1 more rep. Amazing work. Let's find that neutral spine. So pushing out of the ground here. Reach that chest forward slightly. So drawing those shoulder blades down the side of us. Kick that left leg back behind us. Point or flex the toe. The leg is going to be nice and long here. Hold that belly button in. So we're using that core and reaching that right arm out to the side for a bound. Yes, we're going to hold it here for just a moment. Igniting that core. Pushing out of that left hand. And checking that we're not dropping our hips over to the right side. Hold it here. Belly button up into the spine for 4 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Recenter, drop it down. Other side, right leg kicks back behind us. Flex or point, long leg behind you there. Again, check that we're not dumping our weight over. Reaching that left arm out to the side. Little balance challenge. Squeezing up that belly. Yes, amazing balance, Kimberly. She's not wavering at all. Look at that. Big reach, breathing with it. Spine is long here, even out the top of our head. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand and knee come down. Press it back for that child's pose position. Walk those hands out. And go ahead and turn the palms upward here. Give our wrists a little bit of a break. We will come back onto them. We're gonna work into our first Chaturanga Dandasana next, so we'll talk through that. And allow your wrists to kind of relax, lengthen again, dropping that forehead down, recovering the breath, and walk the hands into the knees, lift it up here. All right, bring those hands in front of you. So we're gonna work through our first flow of the day. We're reaching out, but check that our shoulders aren't disconnected from our body. Plug them into the side. Core is gonna be tight, and those fingertips are gonna dial slightly inward again. From here, draw your elbows towards the side body like we're doing a tricep push-up, but now take the wrist downward towards the rib cage. This is the position that we're gonna look for when we go forward into our chaturanga push-up of sorts. So come on back out, reach those shoulders down, draw those elbows down and wrist to the side body. So on the ground, we'll kind of reach that chest forward. Good. And then from here, go ahead and push back out again. Let's do one more rep of that before we try it on the mat. Pull those elbows back. And they're close to the side body, hugging in, and wrists are down. Amazing, ladies, let's get into it. Push it out. Tipping onto our hands. For this movement, we're gonna go ahead and tuck those toes. Hollow out that core. We rock our heels forward. From here, it's easier. Go ahead and lower down, drop the chest down. From here, reach it forward. We're gonna press up into our hands for an up dog. We come to the tops of our feet here. You can keep it tucked. We want to be able to engage the quads and the glutes as we lift up. Lift that chest forward at the top of our head. It's reaching as well. And then push into the hands. We flip or reposition the feet to tuck the toes. Hips come up for a downward facing dog. Go ahead and have a gentle bend behind the knees for this one. Dropping the chest down towards the mat. Drawing the belly towards the thighs. And let's take that again. Lift the heels up off the ground. Rock yourself forward into that plank position. Hollow out that core. Rock the heels forward. Bend the elbows. Drop the chest. Lift all the way up. Upward facing dog. Beautiful. And go ahead and flip over those toes. Downward facing dog. Amazing work, ladies. All right, hold this downward facing dog position. We're gonna take that same flow 2 more times, but this time working at your own pace, connecting it to the breath. When you're ready, go ahead and find that plank position. Inhale, exhale, draw those elbows to the side. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, flip up to your dog. And flow with it. Getting 2 in there. Once you finish your second rep, go ahead and meet me in that downward facing dog. And lift. Beautiful work. Yes. Amazing. Once you hit that downward facing dog, go ahead and walk your dog, pedaling the heels here. One down and then the other. Dropping that chest down, even closer to the mat this time. Amazing. So we are pretty warm at this point. The backs of our legs are loose. They're lubricated. We're going to get a little bit more activity here. Go ahead and ground the tops of your feet to the mat. Heels are reaching towards the ground. Float that right foot up overhead. So we still want that upper body pressed down. Ears between the armpits here. Hold this position. Go ahead and bend that right leg. That knee is pointing upward, and you can begin to open the hip here. And it's still early in the day, so if you'd like to, go ahead and get a couple hip circles in there. Nice rounded position. Beautiful. Yes, Noemi. Good stability. And reversing the circles as well. Or just holding it up. Floating that knee open. Pressing that hip towards the ceiling. Amazing. Go ahead and kick it back up. Ooh, next position. We're going to draw that right knee in towards the chest. Rock yourself back forward like we did for our plank. Take a step with that left foot between the hands. Beautiful work. Yes, yes, we are here together from this position. We're going to take that left heel, spin it towards the ground, lift the chest, flip the arms, warrior one. Good. So this isn't about how low we can get our hips. We just want to make sure that we're not opening towards the back side of the room. Hold this position here. lift the chest. And as we lift, activate the fingertips so that we're fully reaching up towards the ceiling, drawing that left hip forward as well. And from here, begin to play with this gentle back bend, and then reach it back up overhead. Kind of playing with the position of the chest here, pushing down into that left heel. You'll kind of feel that hip begin to open actively. You'll feel that kind of stretch position in the back of the leg. And again, that openness in the hip. Think about 2 more. And 1 more. Let's take it all the way down. Hands come to the mat here. Go ahead and take that heel back upward. Yeah, beautiful. Go ahead and step it back to your plank. And let's take a flow. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pressing that chest down. Lifting that all the way up. And pressing it back into that downward facing dog. So we'll have a couple of those flows throughout class. As we go through them, if you decide, you know what, Tori, I need a little bit of a break, you can always hold that downward facing dog. You can always drop the knees down into a child's pose position. Let's go ahead and float that left leg up. Same thing on this side. Opening that hip, bending at the knee, and either choosing to open up the hip towards the ceiling or go ahead and get some hip circles in there. Again, pressing into those hands as well. Only 3 points of contact into the ground, so try to make them even between the 3. And reversing the circle of your hip. Yes, beautiful job, baby. Opening it up or choosing to just hold and lift. Take a few more moments to play here. Good. 3. Good carry. 2. And 1. Let's straighten that leg up towards the ceiling. Draw that left knee in towards the chest and rock it into that forward position. You float that foot, step it forward between the hands. Nice. Let's go ahead and lift the body. Take that right heel down for that warrior 1 position. So again, just finding this here. Our hips don't have to be too low. We just want to take that back heel down. Be able to lift the chest here. Those hips are pressing forward slightly. Good. And in this position, begin to play with rocking the upper body forward and back. You'll find as you reach back, you'll kind of get that openness in the hip. As you reach it forward, you'll get that stretch in the back leg. So you can kind of seek and destroy, kind of discover the part of your body you maybe want a little bit more openness today. Maybe there's the hips a little bit tighter, so you kind of want to hang out there, play with that area, get it nice and open for the day ahead, for the week ahead. Good. A few more moments here. Being gentle as we rock back and forth. And 1, keep those hands all the way down. We spin that heel up. Hold this here, step it back into that plank position. We know it's coming next, Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, taking that option of lifting into that downward facing dog and maybe holding it there, dropping into that child's pose. Go ahead and pedal out the feet here. Beautiful work, everybody. Okay, keep the hands planted where they are. Walk or step big with the feet towards the hands here for a forward fold. So we're at the top of our mat here. And as we're here, our fingertips do not have to be on the ground at this point, but allow the head to drop and just kind of hang heavy. Heavy like a bowling ball, I like to say. And in this position, first forward folds of the day, go ahead and rock your weight forward and back from your toes to your heels. You can still have that gentle bend behind the knees. But kind of see how that stretch differs as we're on the front of our foot versus the back of our foot. Again, maybe kind of seeking and destroying. Maybe there's one spot that kind of feels a little bit better if you're on your heels, so you want to switch it from there. Rocking with it, playing with it. All right, beautiful. Let's press down into those heels, ground them down, sweep the arms up overhead, lift all the way up to a standing position. Arms by the ears, hips slightly forward. Squeeze the booty here and take a small lift up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Drop the arms down towards your side body. We're still facing the side, but I'll kind of face you here. Shrug those shoulders back. Open up the fingertips and take a moment here to lift. Pushing down into those heels. Chin is neutral. Notice the heart rate. Notice the breath. Taking that moment to connect. Beautiful job, ladies. Let's take an inhale. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend at the knees here. Inhale, we're gonna lift halfway. Weight primarily in the balls of our feet, lifting either to the fingertips here or to the shins. Can also be the thighs. We wanna reach with that flat back out through the top of our head here. Exhale, forward fold, drop the hands, bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Hips come forward slightly, mini back bend. And exhale, drop the arms to the side. Take that moment here, shrug those shoulders back. We'll take that sequence one more time. Take a moment here to lift. Mountain pose so that we can stand tall. Hey, here we go. Let's get it, ladies. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Mini back bend up, standing. Exhale, mountain pose, drop the arms down to the side body. Yes, amazing. So we're gonna keep the feet separated here. The heels are about hip width distance, but the big toes are gonna touch each other. So for my dancer friends, this is gonna feel a little bit awkward for us. It's that turn in position that we don't really, it's not really natural for us, but we're gonna press those heels down to kind of get this extra stretch that we typically don't get in a turned out or parallel position. So hold that there. As we shrug those shoulders back into this mountain pose, I want you to slowly bend the knees, but we don't want the knees to touch. We're still pressing those knees over the toes, but just taking the hips back. So this is a small hold position. Again, feels a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit unnatural. That's good. This means that we're priming the body for a new position that maybe is unfamiliar to us. But if for any reason, maybe we fall into this position, our body knows how to handle it. It's not unfamiliar anymore. And we're still doing it safely. Press those hips back, drop the chest down towards the thighs, and just find that little press. Good. A little bit of a strange one. All right. Without those inner thighs touching, squeeze them together, sweep the arms up. Keep the toes touching here. We're going to take a stretch to the side, bumping the hip with it as well. With our feet in, we're able to more get so on the outside of our glutes, the outside of our back. Definitely a funky position. Let's bring it up. Come through that mountain pose with the arms. Ground yourself here. And take it to the other side. Big stretch. It's a little standing banana position here. Reaching through the arms, shrugging those shoulders down. Big side stretch again. Bump that hip over. And take it center. Let's take that round one more time. Bend the knees, send those hips back. Again, toes touching, a little bit funky. Reaching that chest forward here. Inhale, come to standing. Take an exhale and you shrug back. Inhale, reach to the side. Allowing the breath to flow here in this position. Come up through center. Shrug those shoulders back. Exhale. Inhale, reach opposite side. Beautiful work, ladies. Come back through center. No more weird foot position. Go ahead and take those toes forward. Heels underneath the hips here. We're going to draw the hips behind us. That goes this way. Bend those knees. Reach the arms up overhead for a chair pose. So chair pose, we do want to imagine that we are sitting back. And rock yourself all the way back towards the heels. So as we look down towards our feet, we should be able to see our toes. If we cannot see our toes because they're being covered by our knees, then just go ahead and sit a little bit further here. As we're sitting here, you'll already feel the quads and the thighs fire up. See if we can get an inch or two while we're there. Arms are out, reaching by our ears. We'll hold this position for a moment. Again, some of these postures, we don't have to feel like we need to stay static. It's okay if we wiggle a little bit. It's okay if we sway. About 4 more seconds here. We're in it together. 2 and 1. Inhale, lift all the way up to that mountain pose position. Let's take that clasp behind the hands, just like the beginning. Take those shoulder blades back, lift the chest, hips come forward slightly, squeezing the glutes, and lifting the chin slightly. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, lift the chest just a little bit higher. And exhale, we're going to send the booty back and reach the arms up overhead, finding that chair pose position yet again. Yes, beautiful flow. Pressing those hips behind us, so actively reaching the booty backwards as our arms reach out overhead to kind of help offset that balance. Breathing with it here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, and on this next inhale, lift the body up, clasp the hands behind the back. Mini back bend, lift the chest here, hips come forward slightly. Lifting that chin, breathing with it, shoulders all the way back. Maybe drawing even closer together. I know for me, this is the most open my shoulders have felt all class. So this is a little bit more of a stretch than it was at the beginning. So that kind of feels nice for me here. Inhale and exhale, chair pose. This is our final one, I promise. Yes, good fight. So sweat is dripping here. Let's go, Cassie. I love this song so much. Go ahead and drop those hands down towards the ground. Take that forward fold, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, dropping the head down. And same thing here. I feel way more open than I did in our last forward fold even. So taking that moment to play. So good. Let's go ahead and bend those knees, press down into our hands, grounding them here. Stepping that left foot back. Beautiful work in this position as well. Not unfamiliar to us. We were here before. But maybe we feel that hip is a little bit more open. Maybe we can drop our chest all the way down to the top of our left thigh. All right, let's lift up with it. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. We take that right heel to the back toe is forward. Warrior 2 position. So pressing those hips down for this one. Energy through both sets of fingertips. Palms are facing down, and go ahead and take your gaze over towards that left middle finger. Pressing down into it. And again, maybe we start to feel a little bit of fire in the quad and the thigh of that left leg. It's okay to kind of wiggle with it. It's okay to move with it. Hold the arms where they are. We're going to straighten that left leg. Lift and bend it down. Let's take 2 more. Lift. Inhale. Down. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Hold that bend. We're going to revolve our warrior. Taking that right arm down the back of our thigh. Sweeping that left arm up overhead. Taking our gaze towards the fingertips. Still pressing those hips down and forward. Inhale with it. And exhale, coming back into that warrior 2 position, straightening that front leg, tipping the hips back and dropping the fingertips down, Trikonasana triangle pose. Reaching those fingertips down. So for this position, we want to get that stretch in the left hamstring without dumping our weight into our hands. Expand the chest, expand through the arms, and we want to slightly lean back so that we're fully seeing ourselves in the Zoom screen. There we go. Keep that reach. Beautiful work. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up, gently bending into that left knee. Warrior 2. Amazing job, ladies. Let's sweep that right arm down. Turn that heel up. Reach it up overhead for that high crescent lunge. Beautiful work. Chest is lifted, shoulders down. Inhale, lift to the fingertips. Exhale, hands come down over the foot. We step it back for that plank position. And right here, let's hold this plank. Go ahead and hollow out that core, pushing out. Amazing work. We're going to step or hop our feet towards our hands. Find a halfway lift from this forward fold. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, arms come to the side for that mountain position. Shrug those shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest slightly. Exhale, chair pose. Holding for 4, breathing with it, moving slightly with it. 2 and 1. Drop those hands down for that forward fold, maybe lifting the hips here. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And for this one here, go ahead and step. Now that left foot back behind us. We're going to take that same series. Bye, Joanna. Thank you. So I'll still look over my shoulder to make sure that we are good here. Reaching that left hand up and over this time, spinning that heel behind us, opening the chest to your back wall. I'm peeking over here. You can still see me here. Reaching through the fingertips, expanding all the way across the chest. I like to think about it from end to end. So from middle finger to middle finger, we have that reach across. Find this position here. Again, maybe finding that the quad and the thigh is fired up. Moving with it. And hold the arms where they are. Begin to straighten that right leg. And bend it back down, finding that warrior 2. Take 2 more. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, revolving our warrior, sweeping that right arm up overhead, drawing that left arm down the back leg, taking our gaze upwards towards that top hand, pressing that hip forward and down. Having that stretch of the torso here. And lift it up back to that warrior 2 position. Find that reach here. Straighten that right leg. Bump the hip backward. Take it down for that triangle pose. And I'm going to peek over my shoulder. Yes! Y'all are killing it. So finding that stretch in the right hamstring, but still expanding through that chest. So finding that reach from end to end of our fingertips. I like to almost imagine that my bottom hand, I'm tapping my fingertips on the ground, but not putting any weight onto the hands. Just finding that reach. Breathing with it, leaning that chest back. About 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the knee gently, coming back to that warrior 2 one more time. Taking that left arm down, drawing it upward, coming to that high crescent lunge position. That back heel is now lifted. Chest is high, hips are low, pressing down. Again, it's okay if we're wobbling. We're allowed to wobble. Take a deep inhalation, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, drop the hands to square off, frame that front foot, step it back to that plank position. And now it is time for another flow, Chaturanga Dandasana, or finding that option to lift up into that downward facing dog. Hold it there. And for this one, let's go ahead and walk our dog again, pedal those heels down. Kind of shaking out behind the knees is what we're looking for in this position. We just did a lot of work with our hamstring. So ensuring that we get that nice little openness so that we don't get too tight there. Kind of keeping it moving, keeping it flowing. We'll be here for a moment. Resetting our breath. Breathing with it. All right, amazing, ladies. Let's go ahead and lift to the tops of our toes. The heels are all the way up. Take the belly button into the spine for a rounded position, almost as if we're rounding like that cat that we did earlier. Take those knees down towards the ground. Tuck the toes here. We're going to have the big toes touching, but open up those knees wide. Press the hips back for a wide-legged child's pose. Dropping the forehead down. Maybe noticing how much we're sweating, maybe noticing how much of our breath we have lost. Relaxing here for a moment, breathing with it. So at this point in class, ladies, we have the final 10 minutes here together. Allowing our bodies to slow down.
Poetic justice, put it in the song. All right.
Allowing the belly to drop here.
I really hope
The
you
hips
play
can
this,
lift,
cause
that's
oh girl, you
okay.
test my patience with all these seductive photographs and all these one-off vacations.
Let's
you've been
walk our
taking.
hands up,
Clearly a lot
take
for me
the
to
knees
take in. It don't
together
make
here.
sense. Young East African
We're lifting
girl,
up, so this
too
is
busy fucking with
familiar.
your
This
other
is where we
man.
started
I was
class
trying to put
today.
you on
So
game,
it's
put you
about
on a plane,
where we're
take you
gonna
to your
end it.
mama
We
in the
kind of came
motherland. I could
full
do it.
circle. Go
Maybe
ahead
one
and
day
lift
you
the
figure
hips
out you
all the
gonna
way
need
up.
someone.
We can
You
separate the
figure out it's
knees
all right
slightly
here in
here.
the city and you don't run from where
Tuck
we
the
come from.
pelvis so that we
sound
still
like
get a little bit of
poetic
activation
justice.
in the booty.
Poetic
And for this
justice.
next
So
posture,
new to
we're gonna
this
take the
life, but
fingertips
goddamn, you
down
got adjusted. I write
behind our
poems
back,
and
so
read
right above the
songs
tailbone
dedicated
here.
to the
I'll
fun
face this
sex,
way
your
for you.
natural hair and your
So
soft
draw
skin and
those
your big
elbows
ass
towards each
sundress.
other so that we can puff the chest
Good
and
God.
gently
What you doing that
push the
walk
hips
for?
forward.
When I see that thing move, I
Lift
just
the
wish we
chin
would fight less and we
slightly.
would talk
And
more.
we are
They say
already in this posture.
communication
You want to
save
think about
relations. I
opening and
can
expanding
tell,
the
but I
front
can
side of the
never right
body
my
and
wrongs
can you
unless I write them
squeeze
down
the back
for
side of our
real.
body. This is a stretch for our core. This is a stretch to open up our chest. And maybe in this posture, finding that we can play a little bit at a little bit of a back bend scenario. Not being too forceful. Always lifting nice and high before we take it back.
You can get it, you can get it,
Camel
you
pose
can get it,
variation.
you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice.
Take 3 more breaths
Put
in
it
this
in the
posture.
song. All right.
Even with this sort of back bend position, you should be able to
Every
have
time I
an
write
even
these words, they
airflow.
become a taboo.
You can gulp here.
Making sure my
You
punctuation
should be
curve,
able
heavy
to
letter
breathe
history.
easy. It's
Living
nice
my
for the
life
chest
in the
that our
margin,
head's not flying
and that
back.
metaphor was proof. I'm talking poetic justice.
And last one,
Poetic
sweep those hips
justice.
back for our
If I
standard
told
child's
you
pose
that a
position.
flower bloomed in a
Drop
dark
those
room,
hands
would you
down,
trust
open
it? I
forehead.
mean, you need to hear this. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking in the mirror. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking for it, maybe. Call me crazy, we can both be insane. A fatal attraction is common.
And walk the
And
hands
what
in
we have
towards
common
the
is
knee.
pain.
Roll
I
up
mean,
the
you need to hear
spine.
this.
We're about ready to
Love is
finish
not
off
just a
our
verb,
class
and I
for
can
today.
see power
Swing the
steering.
legs around.
Sex drive when
Drop
you
them to the
swerve, I
front
want
side
no
of your mat
interference.
here.
It's coherent, I can hear it.
Step the feet up so that
That's
the
your
knees are
heartbeat.
pointing
It either caught me
upward.
or it caught
Reach
me.
those arms
Mhm.
out in
Read
front of
slow and
you.
you'll find
Take that belly
gold
button
bars in
in,
these lines.
round it out, and
Sincerely, yours
slowly
truly.
roll it
Right
down.
before you go
One vertebrae
blind.
at a
P.S.
time. All the way down on the mat.
You can get
And then
it,
once you
can
get there,
you can get it,
elongate
you can
those
get it.
legs,
And I
stretch them out towards the end of the mat.
know just what you want.
You can allow the feet to rest here. They don't need to be actively pinching or flexed or anything like that. Maybe allowing the pinky toes, the big toes, to drop towards the outside of the foot. And taking the arms out to the side body. So go ahead and take the palms upward in a receiving position. And even as we lay, shrug the shoulders down the back. Finding that moment to open up the chest towards the ceiling. All right, let's draw those knees in towards the chest. Hug them in here. Pressing that full low back down into the mat. You can give yourself a little rock side to side. And from here, dropping the arms out to a T shape on the ground, palms facing downward. Allow the knees to drop over to the right side of your body, maybe lifting the hip to tuck it under. Knees are stacked, heels are stacked, and we want to take both shoulder blades down towards the mat. So trying to offset that left shoulder from lifting off the ground. So gentle spinal twist here. Option to take your focus over that left hand. So in the opposite direction of wherever your knees are. And allowing your body to wring out like a towel here. Nothing too forceful, even in this position. Finding moments where there might be some movement. And that's the way love goes, people. Go ahead and take the focus up towards the ceiling. Knees come back towards the center of the chest. And in that transition, they drop to the other side, opposite of where we just were. Arms are still stretching out here. Knees are stacked, heels are stacked. Reaching both shoulder blades down towards the mat. And perhaps taking our focus in the opposite direction of our knees. We like to use a spinal twist. Breathing, letting go. Noticing how the body responds to our breath. Our chest lifts with it. Our belly expands. Maybe seeing where that breath ends and seeing if we can go deeper. Down into the diaphragm. Loosening it up from there. Pressing our palms down to the ground. Go ahead and recenter your focus. Shift the gaze upward. Knees come back and towards the chest. Hug them in here. Take another moment to shift side to side. Maybe rocking forward and back without actually getting too much movement. We don't want to engage the abs too much here. It's more so a restorative stretch. All right, let's go ahead and drop the feet down towards the mat. Open up the knees and draw the soles of the feet together. So the feet are in a butterfly position. We reach the arms up overhead, grabbing opposite elbow, opposite hand. Shoulders down here. Allowing those hips to open, letting those shoulders down, but framing the face with that kind of opposite adjustment. This is actually how I sleep at night. True story. This is really comfy for me. It's my stress. So this position feels so natural for my body. It's like home. Not going anywhere fast. And the final restorative posture of class today. Go ahead and drop the arms down towards the side of the body. Palms are still lifting. The backs of the palms face down on the ground. Extend the legs from where they were. They're in that open snow angel position. And for here, we rest. Close down the eyes. We have made it to everyone's favorite part of class. Where we allow the body to rest, to recover.
That's the way love goes. That's the way
And the body from head to toe.
that's the way.
Analyzing where there might still be any tightness of the body.
That's the way.
Maybe analyzing where we might feel a little bit more open than we did at the beginning of class today.
That's the way love goes. That's the way love. That's the way love goes.
That's the way love goes.
Allow the mind to wander and drift.
Like a brother.
It is okay for our mind to just go. It is also okay to draw yourself back in and try to find some quiet in our minds. But I like to say, even that, we don't need to force. If the mind wants to wander, sometimes it's for a reason. If it becomes a nuisance, then allow yourself to quiet the noise, dial it down,
I'm the reporter, baby, you could be the news.
draw
Cause
it
you're the
out.
cigarette, and I'm the smoker. We raise the bet, cause you're the joker. Chipped off, you are the chalk. And I could be the blackboard, you can be the top. And I can be the wall.
Give you a
Yeah, when the
moment to
sky
drift
comes
and wander
falling, even
before we
when the
draw it
sun
back
don't
into the
shine, I got faith in you and I. So put your pretty little hand in.
This is now the time to
Even
put
when
yourself
we're down to the
permission
wire, babe. Even when it's too hard, die.
to release,
Do it, baby, simple and
to
plain.
be in this
This
moment,
love is a short thing.
here and now together.
Be the lover, I be the fighter, babe. If I'm the blunt, you could be the lighter, babe. Fire it up,
Draw
writer,
to
baby, you could be the quote. If I'm the lyric, baby, you could be the note. Chord that saint, I'm a sinner. Prize, I'm a winner, and it's you. What did I do to deserve that? Paper,
Can we
baby,
let the bad leave our body
say
with
that I'm
us
the one, cause you want
so that we can make space
really
to
not
learn more of what we want, more of what we actually want.
even when the sun don't shine, I got faith in you and I. So put your pretty little hand in. Even when we're down to the wire, baby. Even when it do or die. We can do it, baby, simple and plain. This love is a short thing. And rock with me, baby.
Maybe the body finds that there are some twitches or little shakes here and there. Begin to bring your awareness back into the body that you're in. Begin to wiggle the fingertips here, wiggle the toes, activating our limbs slowly, very slowly. You can walk the feet back up, draw the knees into the chest, slowly walking your hands over tops of the shins. Drop your knees over to the side body, whichever side you would like. Outstretch your arm overhead, placing that opposite arm to the side to lift you up to a seated position slowly. You don't need to move anywhere fast. And come to a seated position, ankles crossing, positioning the lower body here. Begin to draw the shoulders back and lift the chest. Take an inhalation here, sweep those arms out overhead. Fingertips touch, exhale, arms come down to the side body. Inhale with it, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, a little bit more active, but it's okay if we're still coming out of that Shavasana. Take one more exhale. Palms come together to touch. Fingertips together, heels of the hands together. Draw the palms down. Come between your sternum and where your face is. Go ahead and dip the forehead down towards your fingertips. My friends, thank you so much for joining me for this very first of my Live Fully Academy yoga classes. I'm so happy that we are here together and then we're all going to go into our day with a little bit more sense of calm and stillness and awareness. So may we all be able to take those extra moments to step back when we get frustrated. May we all be able to find that awareness as we move throughout our day, as we go throughout our week. And with that, namaste. The light that is in me sees and honors the light that is in you. Go ahead and take that bow down. You can finish out with a forward stretch. Or when you're ready, you can come on up to your screen. Go ahead and wiggle your way over. Don't need to move very fast. I'm gonna march my little legs over as well. I feel awake now. If you are watching the playback, thank you so much for joining.